Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of how to make worship loops using iOS Garageband. That is correct, iOS, meaning on your iPhone or iPad or iPod, whatever you have GarageBand on. Anyways, in part 4, we talked about exporting kind of some templates, using your reference track, your clicks, your cues, and sending them back to more of a DAW type system. Well, what if we want to take that one step further? Say we did not have a DAW type system and we wanted to create a full multi-track type project all inside of GarageBand. Well, now these iOS devices are fully smart enough and the processing power is there to where we can do that. We can run multiple instruments, we can auto bus the stuff in or inter-app the stuff together using multiple type apps. So anyways, what I want to show you in part 5 is how to create sections. If you notice in this project here, we have sections. Section A, we have section B, section C, and the way that stuff works is over here on the plus, and you have sections. And so what you can do, once you have sections set up, you can just click on a section, and then when you go back to it, well, now it'll sit there and just cycle, work pretty much in cycle mode, just like you're in a normal type DAW, working out of cycle mode. So, okay, well, how do we get going setting up our worship loop track for that? So I will show you the steps on how to do that. So let's go back to our how-to part 5, and it picks up directly where we left off. So we already have our reference track, our click tracks, and our cue tracks. So now the next step is just to take this thing further and start working multi-tracks in it, or building our multi-tracks, each individual track. The first thing I like to do is set up our sections. We already have pretty much everything identified here. So now it's just a matter of getting our sections set up. Well, there is a process on how to do this to make it successfully work, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing you want to do is identify how many bars are in each section of this thing. If you notice, right now we are zoomed all the way out. You can zoom in, zoom out by the pinch feature. Right now we're zoomed all the way out. And if you would count each one of these squares right here, each square represents 4 bars. So in between pretty much each section that we would create in this particular area would need to be 16 bars. We got 4, 8, 12, and then 16. So what we can do is we can count how many 16 bar sections we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then if you notice, this one's not a full 16 bars. So we're going to need at least 5 16-bar sections. And if we zoom in over on this first part, we can actually count the sections for it. We know we had a 1-bar count in, and it looks like we got an 8-bar intro. So we need to create a 1-bar count, an 8-bar intro, and then we're to our 5-bar, or our 16-bar sections, which was 5 of them. And then towards the end, we had that 1 bar that was shorter, or that one section that was shorter. So let's count how many is in it. And if you start up here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 bars. And then the end, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we can probably shut it off at 4. So we're going to need, for this total project, to map it out, creating our sections, going to need 1 bar for our count, 8 bars for our intro, 16 bars for our verse, 16 bars for our chorus, 16 bars for our verse, 16 bars for our chorus, 16 bars for our bridge, 14 bars for the drop chorus, and then 4 bars for our ending. So let's go ahead and set them up. What you're going to do is click on the plus. And actually, before we do that, there is a little trick to make this thing do it. If we just went in and set up our bars right now, what it would do is basically chop what we created here, chop it off, and then we would lose everything outside of the, say, the 1 bar section or the 8 bar section. It would just chop it off, then this would be gone. So what we need to do so we don't lose this is touch anywhere on the arrange view section, and you're going to get a message pop up, and you're going to hit select all. Then it selects everything inside of this. Then just touch any track twice, and then hit cut. Now we cut everything off of this. So now we want to go over here to our plus and create our sections. And section A needs to be 1 bar. What we're going to do is touch on it. We're going to turn automatic off, and just drag that down to 1 bar. Then we're going to add a bar, which was going to be our intro, and touch on the little I right here. When you touch on that, now you can change it up or down. Well, it's already at 8 bars. 8 bars is what we needed. So go back. Now we're going to add our 16 bar sections. Raise this up to 16 bars. Then go back. We needed 5 of them. So now we can just hit duplicate. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we should have 5 16 bar sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's duplicate it one more time. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have our 5 16 bar sections. And now let's add one more. So click add. Change this to 14 bars. This was that very last drop chorus. Got 14 bars. And now let's add that 4 bar ending. 4 bars end. Drop back. Now we have all our sections set up. We got our count. We got our intro, our verse, our chorus, our verse 2, our chorus, our bridge, our drop chorus, then our ending. So everything is there. So now what we want to do, instead of clicking on one of these sections, we want to go back to all sections. So that way, now what it did, it inputted all of these sections, but we're still seeing the 100 and something bars there. So now what you want to do is click anywhere on the back on the playhead, click one time and hit paste. So what it does, it populates back our track. And it added some new tracks because I clicked on the bottom. So let's undo that. And let's go back up here to the top, click on that first track, and see if we can get it. There it goes. Now it didn't add the new tracks. It put it right back to where it was. And we can hit play.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
So it's perfect. So now we have all this stuff broken out in sections. So now, if we wanted to add a synthesizer or something like that, we could just hit plus. Or even say a smart guitar. Let's just add a smart guitar. And since when we originally set our toolbox up, we put this thing in the key of F. So now that that's in the key of F, all our smart instruments here will work out of the key of F, which is pretty cool. So now what we can do is, say if you wanted to just work on this chorus section, section D, well now you can work directly out of cycle mode. So to get the thing cycling in cycle mode, just hit the plus here and just click on section D. And you notice it highlights that chorus, and then just go back over and touch it. Now we are working directly in cycle mode. Once it gets to the end of this mode here, it's going to turn back around and just sit there and keep looping it back and forth. So now we can go back to our guitar. And we can play guitar. The cool thing about your auto instruments or your smart instruments, you can actually come up here to this little thing, and you can turn it on autoplay. choose the note you want to play.
3, 4.
Pretty neat. See our guitar playing there. And all I'm doing is just touching the note. Pretty cool. But that's pretty much it, how to work out a cycle mode. Say if you wanted to go back to your range view, just touch, up there on the range view. And let's say we wanted to go back and work on the intro. Well, instead of hitting this plus up here and going to the intro, by touching on A or B, what you can do, now that we're in this arrange view and have all our sections set up, all you have to do is just swipe. And it'll go to your next section. So there goes that 8-bar intro. There goes our count.
Intro 2.
If you watch,
3, 4. Intro.
It just sits there in cycles.
3, 4. Intro.
So it makes it really easy to sit there and work on a particular section of a song. And that's pretty much it. Part 5 on how to create sections and work out of cycle mode inside of iOS Garageband. Thank y'all guys. Y'all have a great day.